loyalty, Jumbo. I will marry you, my and stimulating your tough, most provoking and stimulating talk show. 50-50 is coming on next. Your tough, most provoking and stimulating talk show. 50-50 on next.
Okay, Sky 107.1 FM. Good morning and welcome to the broadcast here with some minutes to 11 o'clock. Let's bring the program 50-50 here on this radio. And we're going to be going up to 11:30 this morning here on Sky 107.1 FM. Today is the 20th day of December, 2022. There's a year. My name is Julius Boki. I'm going to be with you up to later on this afternoon. Let's bring the program 50-50.
Good morning, Monrovia. Good morning, Abel. Good morning, Rabos Field. Good morning, Rabos Sport. Good morning, Toyota. Good morning, Salala. Good morning, Macaque City. Good morning, Totmanburg. Good morning, Clay. Good morning, Bo Waterside. Good morning, Riverside. Good morning, Bapulu. Good morning, Buchanan. Good morning, La. Good morning, Cowell. Good morning, Brewerville. Virginia and Camp David. My brother Edge. This is 50-50 on a Tuesday morning on Sky 107.1 FM with this topic. The Liberian People's Party will assemble on the grounds of Capitol Hill in what is termed as the date of the People's Mass Action to present a statement to the people of the People's Representative, the Senate, and the Liberian Presidency on the 31st of December 2022. What is contained in that message? What is this central theme of the people's mass action so brutal when it says the purpose of the people's mass action is to rescue the state from the current cabal of kleptomaniacs and nincompoops? Councillor Tiawan Gongloe is the presidential nominee of the Liberian People's Party. We have Dr. Wolokollie, President Emeritus of the Liberian People's Party. And we have John Stewart, founding member of Liberian People's Party. By 11 o'clock, our lines will be open. So you call us on those numbers on 0777-777-107. You'll be live on 50-50 on Sky 107. My name is Seamas. Of course, I'm the only grandson of my grandfather. Then 50-50, you just can't beat it. The experience. On the 21st, Capitol grounds will shake because people with the credential of struggle will be there.
Custom-made house in collaboration with Tama TV, Osh Production, and Africa. Custom-made house in collaboration with Tama TV, Osh Production, and Africa Entertainment presents A Night with Custom-made.
Oh yeah, baby, you copy Yana.
Get ready to laugh till you drop. Custom-made is set to give you the show of a lifetime. It's comedy at its best. A Night with Cosime with the team Unity 2 Laughter introduces a new level of comedy in Liberia. You don't want to miss it. A Night with Cosime happening on Saturday, December 24th, 9 p.m. at the EJS Ministerial Complex Ballroom. Book your table today. Call 0776-894-451. That's 0776-894-451. A bowl, table, regular, and couples beer and reserve table. A Night with Cosime is powered by Orange Money, Club Beer, Power Executive Liquor Store, NAFA, Satcom, Hot FM, ELBC, EPA, the Flower Pot, Tama TV, African Entertainment, and Jolomel Clothing. And you can also get your ticket via Orange Money.
Tickets will be on sale at all Orange POS.
A Night with Cosime, comedy at a new level in Liberia. Don't miss it.
I want to see all of your my Congo people time, Yana, yeah. You've been talking your love cause me. Now is the time to support. I catch you, Yana.
They have done it again.
Excitement. Share the good news now.
My picking child of God. And he still calling me on a normal. He still pressing on it all.
Nothing makes me more relaxed than being able to work and stay connected without interruption, whether I am at home or away.
They have done it again.
More travels, more possibilities. With a just released roaming data bundle for travelers to Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea-Conakry, and Mali, you can now stay connected on the go. Dial *535# to activate a plan ranging from $1 for 25 megabytes to $20 for 1 gigabyte. The new roaming data bundle, an offer for you.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Hello, no correct. How was it in my sister Shona? I saw in next week episode. I said you were trying to win your money, can be out for your house.
Shit. Just my weapon with Filipino show business. Don't worry, I got the perfect solution for you. I heard it on the radio. They make an announcement again. Just listen.
More light at home. More possibilities for greatness. Orange Energy is a reliable solution to all light problems. Inspired by the sun and changing lives, one beam at a time. Brighter days are here. Orange Energy now provides reliable electricity at affordable rates, with solar kits starting at $6,565 Liberian dollars and monthly payments starting at $1,600 Liberian dollars. Visit any of our stores or POS to purchase your kit.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
After being in the business for more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your best for you. Uptown Garage has brought in all sizes of new quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage has also brought in a state-of-the-art 2022 upgraded diagnostic machine that can easily detect any problem with your car. Don't worry, we can fix it for you. Is your car having any electrical problem? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician from Ghana who is up to the task of programming and solving all of your car electrical problems. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street side. We have our garage and new showroom at Rehab at the junction of President Weah's residence. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly. Uptown Garage. We give 1 month warranty. We also provide a tow truck free of charge if we are the ones on your car. But we can also tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 077553317 or 0886553317 or our branch on 0770902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian owned, is here to put a smile on your face.
Custom-made house in collaboration with Tama TV, Osh Production, and events or night with Custom-made.
Oh yeah, baby, you got be yana.
Get ready to laugh till you drop. Custom-made is set to give you the show of a lifetime. It's comedy at its best. A night with Custom-made with the team Unity 2 Laughter introduces a new level of comedy in Liberia. You don't want to miss it. A night with Custom-made happening on Saturday, December 24th, 9 p.m. at the EJS Ministerial Complex Ballroom. Book your table today. Call 0776-894-451. That's 0776-894-451. Gold, silver, regular, and couples table. Call today and reserve your table. A night with Custom-made is powered by Orange Money, Club Beaerer, Power Executive Liquor Store, NAFA, SATCOM, Hot FM, ELBC, EPOD, The Flower Pot, Tama TV, African Entertainment, and Jolomel Clothing. And you can also get your ticket via Orange Money.
Tickets will be on sale at all Orange POS.
A night with Custom-made, comedy at a new level in Liberia. Don't miss it.
I want to see all of your my Congo people time, yana yak. You've been talking your love cause me. Now it's the time to support. I catch you, yana.
Thank you very much. Back on 50-50 on Sky 107. I got two newspapers, the Inquirer newspaper and the front page newspaper. Let me give you the banner headlines on the front and back pages of the newspapers, beginning with the Inquirer. It says Liberia's inflation rate lowest in West Africa, says CBL governor. Yeah, I attempt to agree, but you got to show me the indicators. And the greatest thermometer for this lowest inflation rate is in the dining room. That what determines whether we the lowest in terms of inflation Liberia in West Africa. Newspapers, publishers, owners to endorse presidential candidate in 2023. The photo of the president of the Publishers Association, Wolokollie Gabler, is here. Lawyers want to keep distance from court, says George Fager. George Fager photo this year. Labor wants revoking foreign workers permit. Ave. The back page of Philly Wester's newspaper said, I will be a lawmaker for all despite my condition, says Dean. Which Dean? I don't know. Samuel S. Dean says that. Pope Kai gets another 3-year mandate on CSO Council. Let's move on. To the front page newspaper says, his bodyguard sent to court on charges of possession and sale of physical objects, calling for Emmanuel Beaerer Library. Vice President Joel Taylor stresses the need to memorialize the late Liberian historian and statesman Emmanuel Beaerer. Stepping into Daddy's shoes, Dr. Clarence Moniba, son of founding father of Liberian Nation Union, takes over the party. Clarence Moniba, the son of former Vice President Moniba, the late Vice President Moniba. In death of 13-year-old Riggs Institute student, LPP gathers that she was injured by or entered in Buchanan while on the trade. Who killed Angel? The front page has gathered at least 2 people are in the police custody in connection with the death of the 13-year-old. One of the 2 LPA guards is alleged to administer some medication to her in Buchanan while she was on a feed trade. We are scores. Man is standing here. 2 photos of his. I don't know which one we go by, but for Mammoth crowd, and George Madden said, do not break down the country with your too many protests. It is the common people you are hurt, you are harming. If you feel we are not doing well, go to the ballot box and not the streets. That's a good question. President Weah believes in the power of the balance. River set upset Bastard in County Meat opener. This is an old story. That is what we have trending in the papers today. The 2 newspapers, you can buy them and you can read them, but that's not why I'm here. I'm privileged be in the presence of people with the scars of change. We have with us in studio presidential nominee of the Liberian People's Party, Councillor Tiawan Gongloe. We have Dr. Wolokollie, is the former chairman and chairman emeritus of the Liberian People's Party, and we have John Stewart, so founding member of that. Our topic of discussion today is the Liberian People's Party will on the 21st of December 2022 assembled on the grounds of the Capitol Hill, which is the seat of the People's Representative, the Senate, and the Liberian Presidency for what the party calls a day of mass citizens' action. The central theme of the protest rally is mass people's action to rest from the current battle of kleptomaniacs and nincompoops. Kleptomaniacs and Nincompoops. Special studio guest, Tiawan Gongloe, presidential nominee, Dr. Wolokollie, LPP chairman emeritus, and John Stewart, founding member. Good morning, my friends and my brothers.
Good morning.
Look at how blessed I am. On the hand side of the presidential nominee of Liberian People's Party, I'm pleased. I'm blessed again to be in the presence of my friend who served as my mission father at St. John's Episcopal High School, Dr. Wolokollie, Stewart. We've been on in the streets and out everywhere. So it's just like coming home again together. Good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning,
in
sir.
waiting.
Good morning,
John.
Sir. Good morning. Good morning,
H has a way of teaming us,
fellow,
and bringing us to our sides. So John is sitting down here quiet.
Fellow comrade.
Yeah, we've been in the struggle. Good morning, my friend and brother.
I just want to start this conversation by giving important information to the public.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We're listening.
Yeah. Tomorrow, we will be making a statement to the public, but not a mass rally.
Why you change so quickly?
We thought about the Christmas season. And then, they say, why changes? We know that it was on December 20th, 1989, that something that changed the history of this country happened. We don't want anything that has the potential of...
You don't want to do anything in December?
On December 20th, around December 20th, something getting close to Christmas, that has the potential of anything that will undermine the holiness of the Christmas season and the festivity that people have planned. So we are not having mass. We're not calling on the masses to come out tomorrow. We will have a mass rally different time during the coming year. But during this Christmas festivity, anything that
you don't want to. It seems to me you don't want to compete with George Weah's crowd.
No, that's not it. George Weah crowd will always be there. No president of this country has failed to pull crowd. Some of those people are incentivized most often. We know April 14 we had no bosses. You know that. When we did April 14, there were no boss. We didn't expect people to come up, but the people coming from across the bridge like ants. People coming from Pinsville like ants, spontaneously. That is what you call, people response to a national call. But when you boss people in buses with a photograph of the president and all of that, and the people are in uniform, it is planned. The people are in uniform. So it's not like they spontaneously came out. So, I was telling someone, they said, oh, the crowd. I said, but what do you think? Crowd that is in uniform, that was planned. That was planned. And you take the percentage of people who were in uniform and the number of people who were walking by, the people who didn't go there are more
than people
who were incentivized.
Doctor, let's look at it. I've already published on all the social media platforms, and don't you think these people those that for tomorrow we think that, hey, come on, they're not ready?
Well, T-Max, we didn't have the situation where we like Tiawan says, going to try to incentivize people, giving them here, promising them they will have some token appreciation of material, tangible things.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So the idea behind this was to do a statement. And as he said, we'll present a statement. In fact, we will call on the senior publisher, senior editors to assemble, hopefully at the Capitol. We'll be trying to negotiate that with the Capitol building, and maybe they give us a platform outside somewhere where because they are the people's representative. They are the people's deputies. So I don't see any reason we wouldn't do that. And it's not going to be for a crowd. Maybe one or two, our executive committee people with the press. That's it, nothing. That's what we're going to do tomorrow and present a statement, which will disseminate, will be public, and will be disseminated to the government, to the international community, to the civil society groups. And because the whole thrust of this is we see a constitutional crisis looming. If concrete actions are not taken to correct some of the issues that we have. About the whole question of voter registration, we don't even know what's going to be used, biometric or the OMR, the optical mark registration. We don't know. With the census, it's a chaotic census. We can't use the information from the census to demarcate constituency. There's a whole lot. Then there is a confusion with the leadership at the at NEC, where they're still not deciding their procurement issues. There's an integrity problem there, which has to be dealt with. And we don't think that we should just sit back and there are many economic issues. But yes, we know the economic issues have to be resolved by a responsible government being put in place. And therefore, our thrust, I think all political parties should be aiming for having a credible, transparent system for elections for income 2023. Because come 2023, after January 15, Mr. Weah is no more president. We have to have a new president.
Definitely on that.
Yeah, definitely. That's the time for inauguration of the new president.
Fine.
Well, if there's election, then he might win, maybe. But I'm saying if we don't have elections, then there'll be no president elected. But Mr. Weah cannot still remain there if no president is elected.
It'll be unconstitutional.
It'll be unconstitutional.
Stewart, let me get to you. What would be the crux of the statement that would be presented to the people's representatives, the senators on Capitol Hill?
Well, as my colleague has already said, there are very serious issues looming, which may which may trigger off a constitutional crisis if we do not address it. Elections day, the date for elections is stone. It cannot be changed. Prior to the date of elections, a number of steps and actions have to be taken in order to consummate the process. One key important step is voters registration. And towards this end, the Elections Commission published a timeline of activities. It has not been able to adhere to its own timeline. It has adjusted the date for voters registration twice. We still don't know when voters registration will begin. Additionally, there's the question of the inadequacy of voters' education. Up till now, voters, especially first-time voters, are not aware of the procedures for voting, neither aware of the procedures for registration and the requirements for registration. They're not aware. More to that, there are suggestions from some quarters that given the current situation, the national ID card will be used to establish citizenship. Because when you go to register to vote, you have to produce evidence that you are a Liberian citizen. One evidentiary piece is your birth certificate or your voter's registration card of the previous elections, or in this case, maybe your national ID card. But there's a problem with the national ID card. The national card registry has been issuing in its own record it's been reported in the media and all, that the National ID Card Registry, headed by Tiawan Gongloe, a sedition, has been indiscriminately issuing out national ID cards to citizens, foreigners, and unqualified individuals. So if these individuals are going to voter registration centers to be registered to vote, we will have a situation where foreigners will vote, unqualified individuals will vote, and they contribute to a very messy and chaotic situation. We want to avoid all of that. That's why we're sounding the warning ahead of time. President, we have to act. This government has to act. It has not been forthcoming with resources to the Elections Commission. Then there's the problem with the Elections Commission itself. It's compromised. It has integrity issues. The chairman of the Election Commission was found liable for ethical misconduct. It went to court. The court said, well, the law says that you have to have an ombudsman as the Constitution provides, and since there's no ombudsman, there can be no case. But how does that dismiss the fact that a breach was committed? It does not. So in view of all of this, we shall be calling on this government to herewith immediately recompose the National Elections Commission to instill trust and integrity. And the whole idea is to create a level playing field for elections. We had a situation where in 1997, we didn't have a level playing field for elections, and we ended up after elections 97, 2 years after elections, we ended up in civil war. In 1985, there was not a level playing field for elections. The incumbent government, though, was banning parties. He banned our party, he banned the United People's Party, and created a lot of obstacles to prevent mass participation in elections. And at the end of the day, it was very clear that Doe had lost the elections. But the chairman of the Elections Commission, in fact, he appointed not the Elections Commission is supposed to count the results of elections, but President Doe appointed a special body to count the votes. A 50-man committee to count the votes in Monrovia. In Monrovia. And there were ballot boxes that were burned. We had those reports along the highway. He had some in the military barracks and all of that. But at the end of the day, it was clear Doe had lost elections. But he proclaimed himself president. What added to the confusion was that... But Beaerer is not proceeding that way. I don't see him... No, we see signs. We see signs proceeding that way. Once bitten, twice shy, is the parable. If you get bitten by a snake, when you see a worm, you jump. You know? A lizard running with a tail like that, you jump. He is not proceeding that way, but we see all the signs are there. First of all, the level playing field has not been created. You have problems with the Elections Commission. Elections, voters registration is behind schedule, and a whole lot of other issues. The integrity of the commission. You have a commissioner, Flor Sayo, who was found liable for ethical breaches, playing with electoral votes. He sits there on the commission as a member of the commission supervising the data center, when he was responsible for fraud in the data center with these people. What kind of outcome we expect? So this is why we call him the president. We don't want war. We don't want hala. We don't want confusion. Because you see people, the Liberian people have reached a point where they figure that, I said this to many of my colleagues, that Liberian people are not in the mood now for street protests because they are amounting to nothing. You protest, you go in the street, they shoot one or two persons get wounded, and at the end of the day, nothing happens. But people are waiting for the decisive date, elections. And if those results are tampered with, there will be deep problems and trouble. Okay, we have heard reports of training of militants by the ruling party to intimidate opponents. But we can say as the Liberian People's Party that has been tested, been through hell and back, that we shall not allow this to happen. We shall not allow tampering with the elections results, and we know we will have the Liberian people standing behind us. Let me go to that.
Let me just add on that free, fair, and transparent election is not negotiable. It's not anything that we can do, nothing less than that should happen in this country because of our history. Trouble in 1871, Ija Roy refused to hold, he played with the election, he was removed. And then he was removed violently, unconstitutionally, because some legislator met somewhere in town and said they have issued a manifesto the wording was the President Ejiro is by post, not impeachment. How angry Liberian people can be about the electoral tampering with the election. And then he was accused of corruption because the people play with election and corruption. They are always, those two things happen together because playing with election is a corrupt act. And then one of the persons from the legislature that he had to negotiate a loan, he was tried and acquitted. But right at the doorstep, somebody shot him dead. They didn't believe what the court had said. So the court of public opinion, in terms of public issues, is more important than the judicial court. So it is important for the public to see fairness, to see transparency, to see impartiality in anything about governance. In 1927, an incumbent, again, that incumbent can be playing with election in this country, just like Egypt playing with election. An incumbent voter registration, I show that there were 15,000 registered voters. He said, Charles Dickens said he won by 243,000 votes.
Where did he get it?
So how the 243,000 votes
will be more than the official registered 15,000.
So when you don't do the registration, people don't get on board the record. And then Stewart and that's the other part. So I was trouble in this, and then that led to the removal, that and the financial crisis. Those two things led to the removal of our president. At that time, and vice president. At that time, our lawmakers were strong, not like the ones today. Not like the ones today. That time, there's 10 senators. 10 senators from 5 counties called President Ejiro and say, President Charles B. King, and say your name in the financial crisis. They were already vexed. In fact, one of the presidents who complained to the Liberian nation was the man who was cheating in the election, Tiawan Gongloe. He wrote and said the man involved in slave trading. And then in the end, the senators called, if you don't resign, we'll impeach you. That time it was strong.
Those were men.
Men standing, they consider the country more important than could get a president. And so the president and his vice president resigned, and the Secretary of State Barclay took over. I Edwin Barclay became president. So election business in this country, they're not something to joke with. Historically, people have problems with it. Then, so 1985 and all of that. So nobody should joke with election. You have to educate the people. You have to do everything on that. And I feel the international community that repeating exactly what I said. I can diverge among the confidential information, discussion I had with the State Department, the West African Bureau. They asked me, among 10 priorities of Liberia, Councillor Gongloe, what's the number one thing that you feel that the American government should do for Liberia? My response was immediate. I said,
oversee the elections?
Immediately. No, I said, free, fair, and transparent election. When you help us with that, Liberians are capable of electing a leader that will reduce our dependency on America and other countries in the world. Liberians are capable of electing a leader that will sustain the peace and improve the lives of the people. And I also call on the international and the American government and say, I want America to lead a process of having stationary observers at all polling stations. Because they think about roving observer, you come here, you look at the thing, after 1 hour, then you go to another polling station. When you move from there, you know what happened behind you. This 2023 election will be so important that we need stationary observers. We need a technical consultant, a technical assistant from the international community in the data center when they are compiling the voter registration list and when they are compiling the votes coming from the other from the various counties. We need someone in that data room to make sure that the data is correct.
Let's get to another point. He just canceled. Should I call it cancel or postpone that mass people's action?
We call it off because somebody could just this festive season, some miscreants.
Who have a repeat of MPFL
agent provocateurs, or you see every rally something happens. This other rally, We don't know true or untrue. They say gun was found with someone. We don't want a situation where close to the Christmas period, because you know how we have been called troublemakers because of April and all of that. We don't want to provide an avenue for someone to come and fire even a firecracker in that place and call us troublemakers. We want Liberia to celebrate the Christmas in peace. And you and myself are Catholic, so
I'm not Catholic. I'm a Baptist.
Oh, I'm a Catholic.
I'm a Baptist.
I thought you.
Steve was a Methodist, I guess.
So you know, so we want
Catholic.
We want to hold that period.
Okay, so but let's look at when I was reading your release. There's this paragraph in the release that struck me the hardest. Dusty. It sounds in the language of Dusty or John that said the people mass action was intended to rescue the state from the current cabal of kleptomaniacs and nincompoops. Strong description.
Yes.
What were you leading to?
Yes, you know, let me say this again about elections, that some of our friends in the CDC have the twisted notion that, you know, and they say intermittently that, you know, incumbent in Africa cannot lose. It had to beat an incumbent in Africa.
That is not true.
That is not true. Nobody do. They stay
incumbents in Africa, in Ghana, close to Ghana,
they peddle that around to their people. To
friend in Ghana.
Yes, yes. They peddle those things to the people, giving them self-assurance
that no matter what,
they will win. And therefore, they act accordingly to win, and therefore go into cheating, trying to cheat. But we can tell them they cannot. They would not. We would not accept it. We would not tolerate it. We have a poll watchers at each polling station in the country. We will work together to do so, and we'll call on the international community. We'll call them for example, having counterpart panel of experts provided by the international community. The government of Liberia will request, and we'll call all political parties to join us in making sure that we strengthen the IPCC, the Inter-Party Consultative Committee, to make sure that the Election Commission cannot act by itself. It must act. For example, the question of even the recomposition of the Senate. So we alone cannot appoint this team. It got to be in consultation with all the players, not yes, or stakeholders. You have to. So we call it here. For example, it's clear that it's clear that the chairman of the commission is compromised. Therefore, it has a dabacle hanging over her head with this indictment that was dismissed with what do you call it? The lawyers say with prejudice. Therefore, the government can come back again.
Without prejudice.
Without prejudice, the government can still come back. And if they see that the commissioner, the chairman is not going their way, you can come back and say, or threaten them with that. And therefore, you have to act accordingly. Then, of course, the question of with this flawed tire or sire that it was saying he was found guilty by the board of commissioners that he tampered with the Senate. Yet and still, Mr. We appointed him, and the Senate, the Senate sat there and confirming. You know, with all the information about them, they still did. So that's a problem.
I have to say this credit. Darius Dillon has shown the opposition how to win. Because Darius was clear on the issues, and on election day, he had monitors at every polling station in Maserati County.
That is different. That's going to be different.
But
I want to bring you to that, which is why it is important for opposition unity. The days of Darius Dillon, Nyomli Kanka, that 2020 December election, you had a unified opposition. Now you have a splintered, opposition that doesn't seem to cooperate with one another.
This, but I have to give credit to those individual candidates, because there were other places where CPP fielded candidates that did not win. We have to give Darius Dillon. I saw Darius Dillon campaigning in West Point. He really worked hard, and he raised the issues that people are concerned about here. So had Darius Dillon not worked hard, even though he was supported by CPP, and President Weah campaigned for him in the first election.
The credit is for the credit goes to the unity of the opposition.
I don't think so, because there are other places that the CPP did not win. You got to give it to the candidates. In this country, people don't really vote for parties. They vote for candidates. I'm telling you.
In other words, I mean, this I wouldn't call it amazing. This thing that in order for us to succeed, George, we are the opposition has to succeed and get George. We are what they are being chorusing as one-term president can be achieved. Divided, split, fractionalized.
Let me draw your attention to
opposition.
Let me draw your attention to 1985. In 1985, there were several parties that contested elections. After our party was banned, after Marcus Matthews's party was banned, other parties. And when elections results were announced, but despite the plurality of parties that participated in elections, there was no unified. They tried to put together a grand coalition, which didn't work. But nevertheless, the Liberian people were united, were in one accord on who they wanted as president, and they voted for Jackson Doe. At the end of the day, other candidates came forward to claim victory, like Gabriel Wolokollie, claiming victory. But in the minds of the people, it was clear, because everywhere you went after elections, and because of the repressive regime, people couldn't say a lap, because everybody voted for the lap candidate. So people will put their one hand under the arm and flap the other like a rooster.
Like a rooster, yeah.
Yeah. So there was a widespread thing. Additionally, institutionalization of political parties in Liberia has not reached that point yet. I can only say that on the University of Liberia campus, it's only on the University of Liberia campus where parties are institutionalized. They vote for parties, they don't vote for individuals. So if SUP puts up a candidate, all the SUP supporters will vote for that candidate.
No wonder SUP has been supreme.
Because it's an institution.
Why don't we transpose that to our political parties?
We're getting there. We haven't gotten there yet.
We should have gotten there. But we didn't indoctrinate the SUP. We built SUP to watch.
That's right.
Why don't we do that in our individual political parties?
Yes. The history of coalition in this country is such that we have not had a coalition organized before elections. They always come after. Then the other time we had a coalition organized before election was the Coalition for Democratic Change that formed together with the MPP, the LPDP, and the CDC.
And that's why they won.
The Congress. Yeah.
That's why they won.
Yes.
That's why they won.
Yes.
If they are going independently, they wouldn't have won.
Yeah, but still,
the individual factor. President Weah.
Come on. What I'm saying to you, the CDC would never have won had they not incorporated the MPP.
Neither the CDC nor the other parties were institutionalized.
Let me make the point. I'll make up a coalition. You see the attempt to form coalition. We did in 1985. It was done after the elections. In 1997, it was done before by a quarter. And like I said, then of course CDC, it was done. They won. The attempt now to form coalition had faltered. So why try to belabor the point of making a unity? Let's strengthen of our individual selves and say, look, let's go to the election. Whoever wins, whoever goes to Mr. Weah, if Mr. Weah makes it to the second round, then we go beyond that person. If two,
you think it's gonna be too late to do that? You presidential nominee. We go to the polls. And you are a member of the opposition, you come up. You think the rest of the political parties in this opposition bloc will support you?
They've always done that. 2005 it happened.
Yeah, well, necessarily.
2011 it happened. 2017 it happened. Even with the coalition of the CDC, the CDC coalition, they didn't win first round. They had to go second round.
Yes.
All right. And I strongly believe that even without the coalition, CDC would have won, because there was not a strong contender like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. We have to give it to Ellen. I can say that on the radio that she is a good campaigner. 2005, she campaigned. She was sitting in keynotes. She was going to places. She worked very hard.
No, she came this
So she came late 97, but she came empowered by all the people on the ground. She worked very hard. And when she said in 2017, other people have to work as hard as I did if they want to win, she was right because she worked hard. Given her age, she was going to places. And I think if any candidate worked out hard, that candidate will win, like me, because I've been to places that candidates have not gone. I went to Butuo, where the war started, and I was told I'm the first presidential candidate to go that far. We have to go to the people, see how they live, their problems. You cannot solve a problem that you don't know. So I strongly believe that Liberian people can make a choice among the candidates.
The performance,
in the multiplicity of candidates.
The performance of CDC has made a job easy for a viable opposition party among the parties to win. They've done our job for us.
Yeah.
It's easy.
What have they done?
Oh, plenty of things. The incompetence.
Wait. You go down West Point. The corruption. Georgia cannot win 5% in West Point. Why?
You kidding me?
Let me tell you this. I've been to West Point. And you
saw the numbers yesterday?
Let me tell you.
With the cab and the blue t-shirt?
Yeah, but when you impoverish people and you start giving them money and giving them, some people don't have clothes to wear, you're giving them all these clothes to go, and they are unemployed. Anyway, in a society where people are unemployed, they will see those things. But even improving the human dignity of the poor in the West Point. Go there 6 o'clock tomorrow. Pa sitting so, ma sitting so, the children sitting so. They're all doing something on the beach.
Shelly? Or on
the beach, defecating. Even having public toilet. At least 5 or 6 public toilets in a congested place was not done to improve the people's human dignity. As minimum as that the people will vote for him. I don't see it.
They turned out for him. Anyway, let's take our second break and be right back.
Custom-made house in collaboration with Tama TV, Osh Production, and Entertainment presents A Night with Cosme.
Oh yeah, baby, you got be Yana.
Get ready to laugh till you drop. Cosme is set to give you the show of a lifetime. It's comedy at its best. A Night with Cosme with the team Unity 2 Laughter introduces a new level of comedy in Liberia. You don't want to miss it. A Night with Cosme happening on Saturday, December 24th, 9 p.m. at the EJS Ministerial Complex Ballroom. Book your table today. Call 0776-894-451. That's 0776-894-451. We have gold, silver, regular, and couples table. Call today and reserve your table. A Night with Cosme is powered by Orange Money, Beaerer, Power Executive Liquor Store, NAFA, SATCOM, Hot FM, ELBC, EPOD, The Flower Pot, Tama TV, African Entertainment, and Jolamel Clothing. And you can also get your ticket via Orange Money.
Tickets will be on sale at all Orange POS.
A Night with Cosme, comedy at a new level in Liberia. Don't miss it.
I want to see all of y'all, my Concord people, Yana, y'all been talking your love cause me. Now is the time to support. I catch you, Yana.
They have done it again.
What excitement! Share the good news now.
My picking child of Cote d'Ivoire yesterday, and he still calling me on a number. He's still browsing on it all.
Nothing makes me more relaxed than being able to work and stay connected without interruption, whether I am at home or away.
They have done it.
More travels, more possibilities. With a just released roaming data bundle for travelers to Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea-Conakry, and Mali, you can now stay connected on the go. Dial *535# to activate a plan ranging from $1 for 25 megabytes to $20 for 1 gigabyte. The new roaming data bundle, an offer for you,
brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Ladies are coming to him. Hello, no worry. How was feeling my sister Shona? I saw in next week episode. I said you were trying with your money, Beaerer for your house.
Shit. Test my weapon with Filipino show business. Don't worry, I got the perfect solution for you. I heard it on the radio. They make the announcement again. Just listen.
More light at home. More possibilities for greatness. Orange Energy is a reliable solution to all life problems. Inspired by the sun and changing lives, one beam at a time. Brighter days are here. Orange Energy now provides reliable electricity at affordable rates, with solar kits starting at $6,565 Liberian dollars and monthly payments starting at $1,600 Liberian dollars. Visit any of our stores or POS to purchase your kit.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
After being in the business for more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has brought in all sizes of new quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage has also brought in a state-of-the-art 2022 upgraded diagnostic machine that can easily detect any problem with your car. Don't worry, we can fix it for you. Is your car having an electrical problem? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician from Ghana who is up to the task of programming and solving all of your car electrical problems. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street side. We have our garage and new showroom at Rehab at the junction of President Weah's residence. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to Uptown Garage. We give 1 month warranty. We also provide a tow truck free of charge if we are the ones to work on your car. But we can also tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 553317 or 0886 553317 or our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian owned, is here to put a smile on your face.
Thank you very much. You're back on 50/50 on Sky 107. My special studio guest, Councillor Tiawan Gongloe, is the presidential nominee.
And I nominate again a candidate.
Oh, you candidate? Already?
I think it's been technical that the candidates say will be decided by NEC.
Yeah, you have not been approved yet, so you're not candidate yet. I'll still call you the presidential nominee. You're not candidate yet. All right. Tomorrow night, say you're not qualified.
Candidate.
But my man official, I want an official neck baptized candidate.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, but as far as LPP is concerned,
for the sake of making progress,
standard bearer.
I'm not saying that. As far as the program is concerned, it's a presidential nominee. Okay, so, and I have with me Dusty Wolokollie, a friend of mine.
But before you go to other issue, let me just say something for 30 seconds. Dusty was talking about the president will be elected based on, they will vote for him based on his track record.
Yeah.
The people who will now vote for him are your people, Southeasterners. Because under his administration.
Don't even go there.
Listen to me.
Don't even go there. Don't go. Don't go.
I will go there.
Don't even go there.
All right.
Then you're not get my vote. Then you're not get my vote. You ready for that?
All right.
Then you're not get a vote from Grandula. You ready for that?
Let me just tell you. Grandula, I'm couple young in
Grandula. No, that we not. But voting time come from the South. We not get.
But let me tell you, 6 months of the year, the people can cross.
I agree.
They are suffering more under his regime than other regimes.
Still called Brand Walking Company.
3 months ago, a gallon of gasoline was $4,000 Liberian dollars in Zwedru. Who said that? Zopeno, Senator Zopeno. He himself said, our people will not vote for us 2023 because of the way they are suffering under a Southeastern-led government. Where
you want to vote from the Southeast?
Oh, well,
you want to vote from the Southeast?
Vote from the Southeast.
You want to vote from the Southeast?
I'm called Wamo in Grebo.
You want to vote from the Southeast?
I will get votes from the Southeast.
Okay.
Because I will focus on the Southeast in my government.
Okay.
But they're way below our roads are passable all during the year, as they used to happen on the top and do.
Okay. I can continue. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
Thank you for having me. My name is Stewart. Call you from this community.
Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Gongloe. I have a question for Mr. Gongloe. He said consistently we have a number consistently doing the rally, rally. Some things like
you're not coming with you coming in broken. I'm not getting the context of.
Change your position.
You getting me now?
Okay, let's try it.
Thank you. I think my question to Professor, he never spoken with rallies, and now he's talking on a speech person at the Cabal business. I don't know what it is, but you are in the opposition. I will ask the way you move support the opposition rally that was meant for the ordinary people. Now you're having a rally protest for example.
Thank you very much. He said, good morning.
Yeah, but we're not ready.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much, T-Max. This is Prince Noncio. I joined the conversation from District Secretary. I want to say good morning to your two studio guests.
Go ahead. Three.
Yes, T-Max, I want to disagree with Councillor Gongloe when he says a fragmented or splinter opposition, and going to the 2023 elections will be able to unseat, this president. It's unfortunate. I don't think that is the case, because if you look at the CPP, when we had the CPP, when we went to the 2020 senatorial elections, we won almost 6 to 7 seats, and then coming away from that group, from that CPP group, when the United Party and the LP, they broke away. We saw what happened. We had several elections where those parties, the Unity Party and other opposition parties, could not win a single election out of the CPP. So it has been proven without a collaborative effort from the opposition. Look, it would be very difficult for this opposition group. We saw what happened right in a by-election, the senatorial by-election. People were saying that it is the Unity Party and ground and what have you. And the government went and supported a candidate there, and they beat that Unity Party candidate. So people shouldn't overlook it. Look, like you and Apple, we do not vote.
Thank you very much. You make that point. Thank you very much. Call me on that number 077777107. Let's go back to 3. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Thank you, T-Max. This is Joseph Fremont. I join you from Cabal.
Go ahead.
Let me say good morning to the progressive, with Dr. Wolokollie and with Tiawan Gongloe and the rest of the guys in the studio. And let me appreciate them so much for their deliberation on the show, because Liberia is trading. It's a serious problem. It's trading on the dangerous path. Because we can understand ourselves in the country as a youth. On a serious note, no program, no opportunity. We voted this government. I voted this government. I spent property, my finance, everything on this government. We moved in Puto in the night, 2:45 a.m. 2017 with Josh Weah, with the entire crew. But to come back as young, we go to school, we come back, we went to China, come back, become whosoever. They didn't want to empower us. Nothing. We just masquerading in the street. They to say that we in another land, we begging, we become a beggar in our own country. There's a serious problem. So we were ready to get behind Honorable Gongloe then and the opposition at large for them to find means to get together.
Thank you very much. Call me on our number 077777107. You'll be live from 5050 on Sky 107. Better still, call me on 077221223. Those numbers are pinned on our Facebook page, Sky Communications Liberia. Let's go back to line 1. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kimia.
How about T-Max and the two guys?
Go ahead.
Yes, they have spoken well. What the opposition needs to do to checkmate this government? And a point is, look at the recent local election. They manipulated that election. And this is what they want to do, and not calling the biometric system in place. So people have to take this government so that we need someone at that database, because last time was when Brodsky took the case in the 2017, last time said that he's not a citizen. We need neutral people in our area so that we can have lateral balance, so that we can have a level playing field. Other than that, CDC will want to manipulate the election. Like what happened in Lofa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 077777107. Let's go back to line 5. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
Go ahead. What's your name?
Thank you. My name is Michael Williams. I joined you this morning from Kingsville. Mr. Delate, I thank you this morning for the program. And good morning to Honorable Gongloe and all of us in the studio. My concern has to do with an appeal to the opposition. Mr. Delate, the country is bleeding. The country is in a complete reverse gear. We are suffering as a Liberian people in the hands of the tyrannic and a wicked regime. And we're begging, I'm begging for me on behalf of all Liberians that are going through the things today that we are going through, that Honorable Gongloe, every one of you, the opposition, you come together, you, the Pwakai, the Kumi, you come together to save this nation. You forget about your differences. You forget about your individual or issues. And you come to save the Liberian people from the hands of President George Manuel Weah and his wicked gang.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 077777107. You'll be live on 5050 on Sky 107. Special studio guest, presidential nominee Tiawan Gongloe. We have with us Dusty Wolokollie and John Stewart. Another caller again. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. The caller is not ready here.
Good morning. Good morning, Max.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
My name is Stewart, and I'm calling from Stewart community.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Councilor Gongloe and Councilor Honorable Wolokollie.
Morning.
It is important that you go with very good intellect to come and discuss the way for this country for us, because these are the characters we need as president. We don't need a president who will tell you no, that will explain any details as to how they get to this country. We don't need a president that will rank invectives or gather funds for liberal leaders. We need a leader that will navigate our plight to the United Nations, to the U.S. government, who have been our bilateral partners for over years. The situation we face today is lack of leadership and wisdom, to evaluate followers. But we have demonstrated that to the higher extent, we have to evaluate all those people that he brought into his government. Today, we are implement job. Look at our age. Somehow we are close to 50. What are we going to get to Liberia under George Weah leadership? So we are counting only people to gather out all of the necessary ideas as to how we can deliver Liberia from this darkness that we are undergoing. So, Councilor Gongloe, we look up to you, and we think we want to make our brothers in the breast country to look up to you, because you are the only light, including other political leaders around you like Waka. So, you people need to liberate this country from this political.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 077777107. You'll be live from 5050 on Sky 107. Let's go back to line 1. Good morning.
Good morning, Timax.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
Thank you, Timax. I'm Emmanuel M. Sofa Jr. and I join you to my resident in Wolokollie.
Go ahead.
I'd like to say good morning to Councilor Gongloe and the rest of your studio. Well, I listened to the guys in studio, and I think Councilor Gongloe should know that if you want to win election in this country, it will be necessary that you guys join other political parties. And some rest of the callers are saying that you cannot win President George Manuel Weah as a single candidate or as a single political party. To be frank, you saw the massive turnout yesterday. We were in our normal. We took our people to the party headquarters. Went for the president at the FD. From there we came to the church to our party headquarters instead of returning to our various homes. So we just want to encourage these guys. You know, it is good to put the government feet on fire, because if we have a strong opposition, it will make the government to work, hard. So we don't want opposition to be lingering and someone to say, let's protest. Other person, no, this is not the right time. The other person want to bring a protest for. What do you think the Liberian people will do? They have no alternative but to remain with the person who they think is the best person. And for now, I think President Weah is the best person, because he has given the Liberian people hope. He has given the Liberian people love. The opposition are in disarray. They are fighting one another. In every lukewarm or every corner, they are fighting one another. Thank you very much for putting the time, Mr. Matt.
Thank you very much. Let's take our break, and when we come back, we go to other issues.
It's possible, anytime, anywhere. A way to make you smile from ears to ears. With Orange Money new broken fees, you can take off your own sekabagi and keeps you smiling. A smile that comes from the heart. A smile that keeps you ongoing. A smile that lasts forever. More smiles with Makabagi. Discover the Orange Money new broken tariff. Withdraw and transfer money to your loved ones now at less expensive fees and experience more advantage with Orange Money broken tariff.
Orange Money.
Custom House, in collaboration with Tama TV, Osh Production, and Africa Entertainment, presents A Night with Custom.
Oh yeah, baby, you can be Yana.
Get ready to laugh till you drop. Custom is set to give you the show of a lifetime. It's comedy at its best. A Night with Custom with the team Unity 2 Laughter introduces a new level of comedy in Liberia. You don't want to miss it. A Night with Custom happening on Saturday, December 24th, 9 p.m. at the EJS Ministerial Complex Ballroom. Book your table today. Call 0776-894-451. That's 0776-894-451. We have gold, silver, regular, and couples table. Call today and reserve your table. A Night with Custom is powered by Orange Money, Beaerer, Power Executive Liquor Store, NAFA, Saka, Hot FM, ELDC, EPOD, The Flower Pot, Tama TV, African Entertainment, and Jolomel Clothing. And you can also get your ticket via Orange Money.
Tickets will be on sale at all Orange POS.
A Night with Custom, comedy at a new level in Liberia. Don't miss it.
I want to see all of your my Congo people time, Yana, Cause you've been talking your love cause me. Now is the time to support. I guess you, Yana.
Let's shall come and go to Hetty Mahalo. No quarry. How was feeling my sister Shona? I show in next week episode. I said you would show him with your money, y'all. Beaerer for your house.
Sure. Test my weapon with Filipino show business. Don't worry, I got the perfect solution for you. I heard it on the radio. They make the announcement again. Just listen.
More light at home. More possibilities for greatness. Orange Energy is a reliable solution to all light problems. Inspired by the sun and changing lives, one beam at a time. Brighter days are here. Orange Energy now provides reliable electricity at affordable rates, with solar kits starting at $6,565 Liberian dollars and monthly payments starting at $1,600 Liberian dollars. Visit any of our stores or POS to purchase your kit.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
After being in the business 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has brought in all sizes of new quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage has also brought in a state-of-the-art 2022 upgraded diagnostic machine that can easily detect any problem with your car. We can fit for you. Is your car having any electrical problem? Well, there are a professional electrician who's up to the task of programming and solving all of your car electrical problems. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street side. We have our garage and new showroom at Rehab at the junction of President Weah's residence. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to Uptown Garage. We give 1 month warranty. We also provide a tow truck free of charge if we are the ones to work on your car. But we can also tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 077-553317 or 0886-553317 or our rehab branch on 0770-902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian owned, is here to put a smile on your face.
Thank you very much. You're back on 50-50 on Sky 107. Let's move on to other national issues. Technically, the opposite political parties, they are different. They have different ideology, different approaches to solving political problems, national problems. But I think there should be this particular issue where, in spite of our political ideology, we must agree. So, what would that focus be?
I think we have to agree on the processes leading to free, fair, and transparent election. I don't think there can be any disagreement on that within the opposition. These issues.
How do you do that? How do you proceed with those?
So these are the issues we are raising, and we believe that all of the political parties should speak with one voice. We don't have to issue one release, but after our release, we want to hear United Parties issuing the same release, saying the same thing, to see issue same release and talking about the same issues. That is what will make our international partners say, you know what, the opposition is raising the same issue. When we do that, then we are speaking for the Liberian people, because we want to give a fair opportunity for the Liberian votes to be fairly kind of first, to stimulate all Liberian voters to register when registration time comes, and to vote. And when they vote, their vote should be counted. This one, there can be no disagreement on it. Even if there is no agreement on the question of who gets power, there should be agreement on the integrity of the process.
So let me go to another issue. The president was not here. The president declared a holiday, which was in November the 11th for census, even though it was not here. How do you look at the process of the census? Because census, in the word of Stewart, it is that indicator that gives us the blueprint of how infrastructure development will develop the country. How do you look at that?
Well, as someone who has worked with the census before, I worked for UNFPA before, and UNFPA is a major partner in the census and all of that. So that each constituency should have an approximate figure of 20,000 population or growth in population. So, for example, people migrating to Monrovia, the census will show that people are migrating to Monrovia and how many people have migrated to Monrovia and all of that. In the past, because we didn't have census, the legislators came together and decided an arbitrary arrangement. Electoral districts. Electoral districts do not have any defined population. More than that, it cannot assist in the process of national development, because the national planners need to know how many persons one public school will serve, how many persons one public clinic will serve, how many persons one public well or public hand pump will serve, for example. So we're talking about deliver resources to the greatest number of persons, in a given area. So for each 20,000 persons, you need to have, and the ratios are the international ratios. For each 20,000 persons, you need to have a clinic. You need to have people accessing schools, like in Monrovia, for example. All the constituencies put together, District 8, District 9. You got, how many public high schools do you have in Monrovia? Tubman High. 7 people from all the way across the region, all of that. And Government Junior High, Newport Street. That was a junior high school, now it's now high school. But other than that, you don't have public schools. So in national development planning, you need to know how many schools you need to build, how many teachers you need to train, and all of that.
And that comes from the census.
It comes from the census. The electoral districts will not tell you that. Besides that, during the last elections in 2017, when the Supreme Court had mandated the National Elections Commission to clean up the voters' roll, they did not. In fact, they started displaying the fraudulent voters' roll in a village way in somewhere Lofa, I've forgotten the name of the village. But the Daily Observer was able to pick that up and published it, that it was the same contaminated voters' roll, it was using. So you come from that point far off and say it has a population who got 60,000 votes, when in reality, you have only about 900 persons living there. How can you determine that 60,000 votes didn't come from there? It's a census.
So this exercise that we're doing, this present census exercise, we don't give up the sort of reliable data that we need for it.
I don't think so.
T-Max.
From my experience working with it, I don't think so.
T-Max, I worked with the census in 1984, and that was the third census that was held. The first was 1964, second 1974, the 1984. Note that in 1984, it was after the coup, the census were held. The next census was held because of the intervention of the war in 2008. And note that the war destroyed all the documents that you could have.
All the data.
You got the data you could have on census. But the government of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came in 2006 and were able to do census in 2008. The next census should have been here in 2018. The man who supervised the census then was Tuga McIntosh, Minister of Planning and Economic Affairs when it was still a sector ministry by itself. The same man, Tuga McIntosh, became the head of the policy council, I think, of the CDC.
The governing council.
So he was there. The resource was there. The person was there who you could use to help you, guide you for doing the census that you didn't do nothing in 2018. Let's say, yeah, government taking the power. Okay, get it. But you up to 2022, then you do this mess. It's a complete mess. This to be completely, in fact, they should cut our losses now, put the staff list, pay the people who have done the services, pay the vendors or so what you got, the balance of the money, put it back right in the basket fund, and wait until the new government is elected to have responsible, serious people conduct the census. We can't use the data to demarcate constituency. Even if the data were correct, look at the time we have. Because right now we're acting the electoral districts are unconstitutional. Yes.
What makes them
unconstitutional? Because it's not based on the constituency. The legislature, because I was there, okay, when this was passed, it was only because the Senate had a majority that didn't want the demarcation to be used based on the constituency. Because you did it, because right now the constitution was started with 20,000. Now you talk about 25, about 50,000.
That's a threshold.
So you can avoid getting over 100 because you cannot go over 100 constituency. If that happens, the smaller counties in the southeast, there are more in the Senate. They got more votes in the Senate because of the majority rule. They were against it. We passed it in the House. Based on the constituency, I think it was started at I think 50-something,000. A full grand crew would have had one representative.
Why your example of grand crew?
River says River G will barely have one. Really, you say they'll have one representative. So of course the senator they want to make sure they kept a number. So it was arbitrarily set at 3, no less than 2. That's what you see. I think River says and Grand Crew got 2 representatives. That was arbitrary. It's not constitutional at all. So the census would have provided us the basis to do it.
But as it is, Nimba is underrepresented in the legislature, going by the requirements of the Constitution 20,000. Montserrat County is grossly underrepresented. Bong County is grossly underrepresented. Magibi County is grossly underrepresented. Grand Bassa County is grossly underrepresented. Lofa is also grossly underrepresented. Bong is grossly underrepresented. So, and all the fuss and all that you see people fighting, killing each other to go into the house, leaders now should be talking about creating conditions where counties will have balanced representation. Once the counties should not be underrepresented, they argue that, everybody moved from Grand Crew and came to Monrovia, so our people are in Monrovia, so you should count them as part of the Grand Crew population. But it does not go that way.
Who suggested that?
There were leaders in the House, in the Senate at the time.
Who would say because the guy left from Grand Crew came there, he would be kind of...
This was the argument of leading senators in the legislature at the time from the Southeast. Otherwise than that would not be represented in the legislature. Then the other thing is, the legislature will not pass the threshold bill because just what he's saying. They don't want that kind of situation. So we're talking about representation, people killing each other to go into the house and all that kind of thing. First of all, let's go back to what is stated in the Constitution. Constituency elections, not electoral district elections, constituency elections. Then you will equal the situation where NIMBA will have its fair share of representatives. Every county will have its fair share of representatives. As it is, like I said, Bong, NIMBA, Lofa, Bassa, Monserrado, Magibi, they are all grossly underrepresented. Grossly underrepresented. They will have more representatives in it. And unfortunately, those who are contending all that, they don't see that. They don't fight to create the balanced representation, but instead fighting that, this electoral district, that other electoral district.
Okay, let's
more than that, just 1 minute. As Justice said, it is called National Housing and Population Census. So we need to know, for planning purposes, how many houses exist in Liberia. Then you want to know. Yeah, you want to know.
It depends on definition of what
you
you call
want
a
to know
house.
how many houses the census defines it.
It's defined.
How many
The census
houses are in Liberia? Because one of the responsibilities of government is to make sure that people are sheltered. So how many houses in Liberia and where are they located? The population, where are the population located? You need to know for planning purposes. You don't want to put one hospital somewhere that will have very few attendants, people going to the hospital. You want to carry on development that has positive impact on the people.
Let's get to the aspect. The aspect of hospital as it relates to give us the data that will inform government of what infrastructure to put there. If we have Do Hospital in Tabita, then we have the one that Mangi started in Bapulu. Are some misplaced projects?
No.
Can they cope with that sort of population?
Let me talk about JFD. It's called Regional Hospital. It was meant for NIMBA and
not only for NIMBA, but surrounding counties
and southeastern Liberia.
Okay.
And if the roads were good, people could come from Maryland to JFD because it's a referral hospital that has international experts. The last time I was there, I saw Ethiopian doctors, Egyptian doctors in different fields. And when Dr. Kete was there, he was bringing a retired American specialist there. And his idea was to even look towards building another medical school in that area. They have a good campus and everything. But right next to Total, I'm not even talking about the rest of the rest of southeastern Liberia. People right there in Total don't have access to that hospital because of the road condition. The last time I was in Nimba, it took me 4 hours from Glodiala to Tapeta. That is normally a 20-minute distance. So thinking about people in Total. So because of the government failure to maintain the roads, the hospital is there, but the people in southeastern Liberia have no access to it, which is unfair. But given the population of southeastern Liberia, the population of Nimba, that hospital could actually cater to all this. So it was I think it was well thought of and stationed properly because Tapeta is like the boundary between Monrovia and Kepamas. All right? So it was properly put. But other things have to make it usable. Unless government put helicopter there to pick up people from other areas, it has to keep the roads maintained. And you and I know that even in the 60s and 70s when we were growing up, we never heard that people could not come from Cape Town to Tapeta because the roads were maintained. There were public ways in Tapeta, there were one in Tota, there were one in Kamuyeken, and they kept the roads maintained. What's big about
that? Was not public works, that was Ministry of Rural Development.
No, public works before rural development.
Okay.
It was public works. Then it turned over to rural development. What is big about that? They don't want to do it because you know what? They want to contract everything. And through the contracting process, people do get something
kickbacks.
in a kickbacks in the pocket. So they don't want to put government caterpillars in these different areas to constantly maintain the road. But it's undermining our development, commerce, movement of people, freely, movement of goods and people. And then for people to have access to medical facilities they want in Tapeta. How do we hear you work in Lofa? When you work in Lofa, did you ever hear that people could not move from Fonjama to Banga?
John, no, I used to fly.
You never
plane used to go three times a week.
But there were road.
Yeah, there were
the road from Fonjama to Banga was
it was all right. I used to fly,
but now,
because I was an aristocrat. I used to fly.
But now it's not happening.
I was a bank manager, so I used to fly. There was a plane assigned to me, so I used to fly.
Yeah, you were special. But I'm not a general thing for the people of Lofa. All I know, trucks of rice used to come from Lofa.
There used to be competition in the agricultural sector.
Trucks of rice, trucks of cocoa and coffee. The Bandi Farmers Corporation used to bring trucks of cocoa and coffee to LPMC.
Kwado Bondi.
We know that.
We know all
from
that.
Kwado Bondi. And now the people are planting, but the things are getting rotten because government negligence to maintain the roads.
Okay, our time is almost up. So I want to go around the table. I've made the presidential nominee to be the last. So let me start with John. How will you close now the mass action has been postponed because of the bad history we have in December since 1989. Nobody wants to repeat that. And you settle down that, okay, after this season, maybe you take in consultation from what Dusty said with the Senate, with the House of Representatives, Capitol building, you might have or play where you present your statement. So let's start from that, John.
You see, the thing is, substance is not form. Substance, not form. The substance is the issues we have articulated concerns concerns the creation of a level playing field for elections, and not necessarily mass demonstrations. No, we want to drive this message across, and we deliver it on the grounds of the capital.
What are you going to do with that? We have delivered. We are giving the people.
We're letting the world know. We're letting all Liberians know, because these issues that we are raising here.
What have they done so honorably?
No, the issues we are raising here are not being articulated in the media. The media is not playing it up. The media is focused on personalities. If you listen to the different radio stations, it's personalities and not the issues. The creation of a level playing field. Today you listen to Spoon Talk. Tomorrow you will talk about individuals. This person, this character, who doing this and doing the other. But you don't hear the discussions on the creation of a level playing field, the voters registry. Now we know we have to do a new voters rule for elections, because presidential and general elections, you got to do new voters registration, but the processes put in place for voters registration should be credible. These are the issues we're talking about. So if all the parties can be raising these same issues, because we all are players and will affect all of us, we alone can be raising the issue. But we'll raise the issue. Even if the others do not raise the issue, we'll continue raising the issues, because we have a greater target audience, the Liberian people. Let the Liberian people hear our message, and we want this message to resonate among Liberians.
Thank you. Dusty?
Yes, I think the central theme of what we're doing, we're not putting up this thing. The Mass Action Day was meant to present this statement, to circulate it, disseminate it as widely as possible. The issues we raise, we define the issues, because you cannot solve a problem unless you define it. We define the issues, and we're making concrete recommendations on how the way forward to the Liberian people, to our government, to the international community who will stand in ready to help us. You remember, just President Weah, with a meeting with President Biden in the 6 countries, the 6 African heads of state who are having election next year, including Liberia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, I think the Democratic Republic of Congo,
Ghana.
and Ghana next year. Ghana is 2024. So those 6 countries that
that met with Biden, who was selected from the pool of presidents who were there for the broader democratic issue also, but the sixth country, and it appropriated 165 million to for the sixth country. Whatever share, and President, we have mentioned that we have a share. We share in that. He's right. We share in that. But we share in that, I believe, and nobody should have the delusion that it's coming into government coffers. No, it will be tailored towards the electoral process and what it's meant for. So we are calling to look. Yeah, we have this money now, so we can't cry no money. Money will be available, and I'm sure if we have a concrete case to make, the Americans will come in to put the appropriate amount if we also, and through their own electoral body also. So what we're saying, please listen, get those statements, the recommendation, let all political parties, stakeholders, civil society organizations join us in pushing this, thinking this, drumming this down with the election commission, with the government of Liberia, with the international community, so we can make this election credible, free, and fair.
Thank you very much. Presidential nominee.
I think my colleagues have said it right. We know that not having free, fair, and transparent election that the people would believe is threat to our stability. Because we have seen in the past, we don't need to say anymore, and we don't want any crisis in this country anymore. We don't want interim government. Interim government, transitional government are inherently corrupt. They can create more problem than anything else. They don't solve problem. We don't want interim government in this place. So
you want a coup?
If they see this, we don't want coup d'etat. We don't want coup d'etat. We don't want interim government.
You don't want rebel activities.
We don't want rebel activities. We want peace and stability. Because if coup had not taken in 1980, the progressives would have taken power. It was clear that we're going to defeat the True Republic. So we don't want coup d'etat. All right, we don't want that. But we want free, fair, and transparent election. If President Beaerer and his CDC think that they can delay the process and then remain in power, they are making a mistake. It will not happen.
So let bring me to the part.
It will not.
If the processes are not followed jealously, and we overstep the time of election.
1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute after.
What will the opposition? What will the opposition?
The government will be illegal. And that was
it's illegal. It's not going to affect anything.
We will call upon the international community to set up a government.
An interim government.
Yes, which we don't want, right? We don't want to reach that point. Our experience in interim government in this country has not been.
So even if a seat is time.
The government will be invalid. One second after that, the government will be invalid. So it will not be present anymore. So let me say this. So let me say this, that people are talking about collaboration, and we're talking about issues when we went up the air. For example, LPP is saying, look, we want an open government. We want the president's salary and the salary of Chief Justice, everybody to be placed on the executive mansion website. The asset declaration, their benefits. We want a lifestyle audit, periodic lifestyle audit. Every 3 months, the president's lifestyle should be audited. Minister's lifestyle should be audited. Nobody wants to agree with us because that is the way to protect the Liberian people resources. We say we want pregnant women to go to hospital free of charge because Liberia is among the 10 countries that report the highest rate of death among pregnant women. We want children in this country to go to government school. From kindergarten to 12th grade, textbooks, carpet books, everything provided by the government. Nobody wants to agree with us. We want to have mechanized farming. You work in agriculture, there is no way that cutlasses and hoe can feed us anymore. We want mechanized farming. We want to give machines to the 15 farmers cooperative in the 15 counties to produce rice. We want the army to fight our enemy. The only enemy we have in Liberia today is hunger. And we are saying, we will order the military to produce 100 acres of rice in each of the 15 countries. Let other parties join with us to speak about the Liberian people issue, not about who will take power.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Presidential Nominee. Thank you, John Stewart. Thank you, my friend and my mission father, Dr. Wolokollie. On that note, we come to the end of this edition of 50. This extended edition of 50-50. My name is T Max. Tomorrow morning again, I'll be here to invoke another critical edition of 50-50, with the intention of making our country the wholesome functioning society with the rights of people that respect it. and stability is all we need. Bye-bye for now.